How to get help to a place where something goes very wrong very fast. Say, Haiti, slammed by last January the 12th earthquake, which claimed more than 200,000 lives and left 1.5 million people without homes. How is help rushed to the scene when the walls come crashing down?
We saw the earth shaking. Houses were shifting back and forth. The whole landscape was covered in white dust.
Dust everywhere, like a big dust cloud over the city. We could see some fires in 2 or 3 locations from the distance, but it was all very distant and you could hear screaming. That was actually the worst.
This story is about meeting the urgent challenge of helping the survivors of a disaster, planning ahead, reacting immediately. How it's done, who can get it done, who organizes, who goes to the scene. It was late at night at home in wintry Brussels when Angela Pulitzer was interrupted at her keyboard.
I received a telephone call from Vicente Raimundo, our technical assistant, head of office in Santo Domingo, Dominican Republic. And he told me that he came home from work, he was in the shower, and he felt tremors. And he had a strong suspicion that it came from Haiti. He said that it did seem to be very serious and he would like to fly over Port-au-Prince the next day.
Do we need to intervene? Local capacities were clearly surpassed. Wounded were on the thousands. Damage was colossal, so yes, yes, yes. So then you need to shape that advice into the regular jargon, meaning that we needed to produce a legal decision, which is money, money running, money running, money running.
I understand that
the world's largest giver of humanitarian aid, the European Union, works through aid agencies located around the world. It's January the 13th, 2010. Vicente reports back. He tells Brussels what he has seen. A few hours later, the EU releases €3 million to bankroll the first emergency steps. On the ground in Haiti, it's chaos. With destruction on this scale, and even people who are physically unharmed feeling the shock, what should they do first?
UN staff were working at the UN compound while they were still digging out colleagues from the rubble. Well, from an emotional point of view, that's tough, but they did it.
So we realized very quickly the first thing that people need is water, is drinking water, is blankets, it's some buckets, it's hygiene material like towels, like something that can help them in the distress.
Essential supply and equipment offers are pouring in from EU member states. They are committing search and rescue teams, emergency shelters, medical and sanitation kits. This is Coordination Headquarters in Brussels, the European Monitoring and Information Centre.
I've got some maps ready and I've got the weather forecast ready.
Okay, then it's fine for me, so I can go. Yep.
How many people are there going for the civil representation? 5. Yeah. In case we make a decision tonight, we will let you know. If not, we will call you.
Conditions for the moment are not very good because air traffic control doesn't reply, the services are not replying, so we will be going into an uncertain situation. We will probably be working through the night. I mean, for an emergency that happens at 2300 hours, this is going to be not a virtual but a real 24/7 operation.
Organising trained relief workers and everything they will need, getting them to Haiti in the shortest time, happens at Brussels headquarters. Lives will depend on long-established links between donors and aid agencies. It's 1 week after the earthquake. This is one of the worst-hit areas, Léogâne. Thousands of people in a makeshift camp are finally getting food, water, sanitation and healthcare. A French agency is distributing rice, beans and oil from the World Food Programme.
This is the first time that Léogâne people are receiving food, so that's why the situation is very difficult and tense.
6 weeks later, a European commissioner arrives in Haiti. The challenges are evolving to keep the support and supply going. Kristalina Georgieva is the top official in what's by this time the EU's €120 million Haiti relief effort.
Development is going to take a long time, and yet for months and months to come, we will have to make sure that people continue to get food and water and shelter that can sustain the rains and medical attention.
Many Haitians are now earning €5 a day in a cash for work program. Eight months after the quake, Jean Petitfrère is standing where his house used to be, where he lived for 30 years. 1.5 million people still have no home. He's living in a tent city, Tabar Issa, a little more than 20 kilometers away from what used to be his home. His community is scattered around different camps.
Here we had friends. We could find work. But at Tabar Issa there isn't enough work for everyone.
He needs work so he can build a new house. None of the families know how long they'll be camping. There isn't much land that's even appropriate for camps like this one.
The plot was not exactly perfect. There was a lot of groundwater, so it needed major engineering works to convert it into a site where people can actually live.
The Tabar tent camp has 500 families. The scale of the housing challenge is blatant in Port-au-Prince. Clearing rubble is slow. Even a year later, cash for work programs continue. But reconstruction is a vast, long-term job.
We need to understand one thing, is that a humanitarian operation is not a switch. I mean, you do not pull it in or pull it out. It's very difficult, it's complex, it takes time. So, have we progressed? Yes. As fast as we should? No. But we will be getting there.
Haitians are not expected to build their future alone. The earthquake claimed a terrible human cost, and development here was already a problem. But the European Union is one of the international partners committed to helping in crises around the world. Angela Politzer in Brussels awaits the next disaster call, day or night.